Hey, what's up? Sorry I'm late again. My dog Lucy has decided she wants to go for very long walks and then come in the house and lay down, or you can see her over here. She's over here. And she just lays there and does nothing. That's it. She goes to sleep. I have to come and do these things. Alright. I don't know. Can you see her? Oh, you can see her ass. That's about it. Okay. Anyhow, interesting comment by the illustrious one. You know who I'm talking about, the fat orange-haired one. I think he's going gray now, though. I really do. I don't think he's got it all together anymore. There's a lot of people that say he's losing it, and they keep posting videos supposedly showing this. Till I see it on some mainstream or somebody I recognize, other than these people, I have no idea who they are. From websites, I have no idea where they are from or what have you. Anyhow, he says that Europeans are kissing his ass to make a deal. Well, I don't think that's a smart thing to say. You're gonna embarrass them. You're gonna put them in a position where they don't want to be. Now, some of these countries have no choice, but those that have any kind of choice at all are not going to make things easy for them. Now, take a look at Netanyahu or whatever is how you. I don't know how to pronounce that. I really don't. Looking at Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, was seeking wins. Came to meet with Trump, seeking wins on tariffs on Iran. He returns home empty-handed because he's not going to kiss his ass. And because you can't talk to people like that. This isn't the street corner where you're, yo, dude, know what I mean? It's not done that way. When you get headlines like you want to bring companies back to America, and you get a headline or a story appears that iPhone could triple in price to $3,500 if they made it in the U.S., there ain't nobody going to buy that phone. Right? It's just the way it is. But to say stupid shit, he does it all the time. And then he's got these other people that are saying the same thing, J.D. Vance goes around and calls the Chinese peasants. You might think that, you might even believe that, but you don't say that publicly about another country when you're trying to negotiate with them. The hell is wrong with these people? They are quite, well, we know they're dumb, all right, but they're probably the dumbest administration in the history of the world. It's absolutely disgusting. White House floats deporting U.S. citizens. Jesus Christ, you start doing that, you start messing with my family then. And then all bets are off. I think most of my family you wouldn't have to deport. They'd live. They're as far as I know, as they're starting to get a little older, they're getting ready to leave anyhow. People that supported Trump are now going around and saying, well, we didn't vote for this crisis. Yeah, you did. You knew it was coming. If Kamala said knew it was coming, you knew it was coming. I understand, J.D. Vance was not the most favorite person for the vice presidency. But I think it came down between him and RFK Jr. And trust me, this is as bad as Vance is. It's better than RFK Jr. Now, you know, we're having everything's going in the toilet. All peace negotiations in the past, all deals made that made life a little better and safer and whatnot, are all gone now. They're destroying voting security because they want to be able to stack stuff the ballot boxes. And I am convinced that we're headed for some sort of very giant, very violent um, upheaval. Whether or not the people can win it, because Trump will bring in Russian and Chinese and North Koreans and whoever else he can to help him. Because I don't think the U.S. Army's going to stand up for him, because they're getting screwed left and right. You know? I don't understand why they won't return this deported man. He shouldn't have been deported. No right at all. It's unconstitutional from what I understand. I'm just reading articles on various websites as I talk to you, because I didn't get a chance to find the story. I was an in-depth story that I was looking for. I don't know when you want to say it, because I don't know whether it's true, so I won't mention it right now. Um, so I'm reading things like the Titanic. They have a 3D scan of it, you know. The Supreme Court is just in the process of rubber stamping anything that the Trump administration wants, pardoning, getting rid of things. It's all disgusting, you know. You see, I told you this before. I do these videos live without editing them, and everybody says, "Well, you should edit them." I said, "Well, first of all, I'm not real 100%. Want to take the time to do that, you know. I like reading all day long. I like walking with my dog, because it keeps me alive, you know. I love reading, and I'm not gonna, you know. And my right eye is very bad, and I'm not sure what the deal is. It's either from the surgery that I had, which I won't find out until June something, or it's what do you call it? Thing when it falls down over your eye. I can't say. It's right there. I can't say it. But you get the idea. I have a problem with my eye. So editing is, I can barely read the stuff I'm reading now. I found out that it looks like 3 Democrats are leaving because they say there's no room for negotiation anymore. Well, shit, dickheads, that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's your job. That's what politics is all about, is giving the opportunity for people to talk and express and negotiate and to come to an agreement on something, you know. If you can't do that because the other guy is too tough on you, you don't deserve the job anyhow. Get out. You know? People do that all the time, you know. It's like there's actually, I don't know whether there's 2 or 3 kinds of people that are out there. You got the people that are staunchly, if you want to count the different parties, that's 2. You have the staunchly Democrat, staunchly Republican. They don't care what the other side says. They believe everything has to be their way or the highway. And you have the ones that are sort of in the middle, you know. They're willing to listen to both sides. Then you turn around and you've got people sitting around doing nothing, twiddling their thumbs. They'd rather go fishing than think about what's going to happen. But they'll be the first ones to complain when something affects them. You know. I spent an hour on the phone yesterday, just dialing a number, trying to get a hold of the people from Social Security. Can't do it. They don't answer my letters. They don't call me back. I don't know what's going to happen. I just have to keep researching and find out when somebody's going to be in the United States. Of course, now another article I'm reading. Kennedy's cure for measles is actually making some affected kids sicker. See, this is a non-medical this is like a witch doctor, really. He has all these supposedly natural cures, and some company would have started manufacturing them and took control of them, if they actually worked, because there would be more money there. But they don't necessarily work on everybody, That's the thing about medicine. Wow, Trump unloaded 16,000 people from various positions. I don't know. This is just, you see this stuff and you don't know what's really going on. I have no idea sometimes, I sit here and I try to express a point of view, and I don't even know whether my point of view is my point of view, because I'll read something and I'm, as I'm doing this, and it just makes no sense to me. I don't know, YouTube is like, I don't know. Talking about scandals and stuff. One thing that Trump doesn't care about is scandals. I don't understand why, anybody thinks that he does. You know what I mean? Kamala Harris, voters' good news. I doubt it. She's not doing anything. I don't think she's left her house. I don't know, let's try CBS and see what's going on there. While I'm doing this, let me just tell you people how much I would appreciate it if you would like my video, or at least subscribe to it, or even dislike it, so at least I know there's somebody out there. I don't know what happened. There was so much there was a lot of increasing activity before the election. The election came, and I don't know. I really didn't take a lot of time off, but I just don't, I lost all my viewers, and I don't know what I did, how I upset them. I know I have a new logo up, so, one that's a little less, not a little less anything, it's just cuter, that's all. People liked my monkey, but it's having problems with that. Jesus. Some biologist dismembered body reportedly found in a suitcase in Colombia. That just makes me, I just feel so good about that. There's the moron. Now RFK Jr. is encouraging people to get the measles vaccine, and a lot of the people that are dying, whether they're sick or the last person that died, I think both the people that died were Mennonites. They're not going to get. They just don't believe in it, you know. And I have great. That's their religion, you know. That's fine. It's you know me. I don't believe in religion, so. And the IRS is making a deal to send immigrant tax data to ICE. I guess if you're paying enough money in taxes, you don't have to worry, you know. I'm sure the government will come after me for something sooner or later. And I'll just tell them to screw off. You can't get blood from a stone, people. He can shut me up, but if I was a threat, then I would be concerned. But I'm not a threat, as much as I would like to be, you know. You see that roof collapse in the Dominican Republic? My wife is very fond of the singer that got killed, and that's disgusting. You got to figure out what happened. You know, it was an old building, a very very old building, and there's over 100 and some odd people dead now, I think. Now the European Union is considering tariffs on U.S. goods. All they're doing is raising the cost of living. Okay, that's all they do on the people that can't afford that to happen. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. What happened here? Okay, sorry, I'm here. All right, listen, I gotta run. You know, got a couple other things I want to do this morning while I'm still awake. But listen, please subscribe to my video. Help me out. You know, I might have to start making money off of these things because of the way things are going. And you know, right now the only source of money I have is Social Security. So they take that away from me, I will be broke in about 2.5, 3 months. Okay. Anyhow, listen. So you do that. You subscribe to me. Help me out a little bit there. I'm not going to make any. There's got to be a whole lot of you, and right now nobody's even watching my. I had one view this week. That's ridiculous. I was good. I was up to 50, 60 people looking at it a day, and now all of a sudden they all disappeared, and I didn't change anything. You know. All right. Take care. I'll talk to you tomorrow.